Okay, that should be better. You should hear me. So we're just gonna wait about 3 more minutes to start. And so if you're watching the recording, you can just find yourself in a nice, comfortable seated position and tuning into your breathing. And if you like to have music at all, feel free to put on any playlist that feels good to you. Okay, I'm just gonna grab a block. I have a block for today, but you can absolutely use a shoebox or even a few rolls of toilet paper or paper towel just to sort of bring a little bit of the floor up for us for a few asanas later on. We'll give it 1 more minute. And if anybody is doing this recording at home and you have any questions about any of the poses, please feel free to reach out to Chris and he'll get in touch with me. And I'm happy to break down anything that might feel a little bit confusing or maybe you don't hear me depending on the quality of this recording. Okay, so let's get started. So find yourself in a nice, comfortable seated position. That can look like legs crossed, maybe one leg out nice and long, or even coming to sit right on top of your feet here. So wherever you are, allow yourself to soften a bit in the body, post Thanksgiving relaxation. And if you're sitting in cross-legged, you can even bring your hand right behind your buttocks and just sort of move the flush away from the sit bones. So you can sit nice and tall on the sit bones. Close your eyes. And without changing or doing anything, just notice your breathing. Take the inventory in, noticing how you're feeling and where you're feeling it. Maybe the breath feels a little shallow, a little tight in some places. Just notice. Tapping into our breathing is really a moment for us to ground ourselves, to tune into the things we might be ignoring in our body. Just take a few more seconds of feeling your breath percolate through the whole body and noticing anywhere that might feel tight. Enjoying the natural rise and fall of your breathing. And everyone, take one of the deepest breaths you've had all day. And open up the mouth and sigh it out. Just do that 2 more times. Inhale in deeply. And exhale, open up the mouth and sigh it out. Last time, deepest breath you've had all week. Nice. So like open the eyes, wiggle the toes and fingertips, and we'll meet in a tabletop position. So again, tabletop, I like to really charge my tabletop. It's really the foundation of where we're going later on for down dog. So flex the feet and even take a little smidge, an inch away from your hands to create a longer tabletop position. Root the inner edges of the hand down into the floor. Energetically hug the forearms together. Energetically hug the thighs together. Immediately feel how that engages the abdominals. Just notice right here. From this engagement, inhale, round the spine. Exhale, lift and lengthen arch. We'll just do a few rounds of cat-cow here. Allowing you to listen to your breath and not my voice. So if you feel like you want to linger in one place, maybe do some circles, go ahead and do so. Allowing yourself to link breath and movement. And as we do this cat-cow, one thing I'd like to focus on today is allowing the shoulder blades to remain on the back. So the scapula is sort of kissing one another the whole time. This will be a theme we'll play with for today. At the bottom of your next exhalation, come back to a neutral spine, tabletop position. Press back into puppy. Puppy is a similar pose to child's pose, but the feet are flexed here. And I'm gonna really push away, push my hands into the ground to push my hips back. Finding a nice long spine, belly button to the back of the spine, rib cage to the back of the spine. Feel an opening in the shoulders here. Take another inhale in. And exhale, come back to that neutral tabletop position. Extend the right leg nice and long and just rock back and forth, opening up the calf here. You can really think about spiraling the right hip down towards the mat, squaring off the hips. Inhale, lift the right leg up, parallel to your hips. Energetically hug the legs towards one another. Keep the belly button engaged to the back of the spine. And exhale, the left arm bicep over the ear. Take a nice deep inhale in. Exhale out, feeling the strength of this bird dog. Inhale, elbow to knee. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale, elbow to knee, coming in towards your center. Exhale, lengthen. 2 more times. Inhale in. Exhale out, shooting energy out the fingertips and heels. Inhale in. Exhale out. And come back down to a neutral tabletop position. Maybe wag the hips from side to side. And then inhale the left leg nice and long and just rock back and forth. Getting a nice connection all the way from your left heel out the crown of the head. Again, spiraling the left hip down towards the mat, squaring off the hips. And inhale, lift the leg up parallel to the hips. Energetically hug the legs in. And exhale the right bicep towards the ear. Take a moment to bring the belly button to the back of the spine, rib cage to the back of the spine. Inhale, knee to elbow, come to center. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale, knee to elbow. Exhale, lengthen. 2 more times. Inhale in, dropping the head. Exhale, shooting energy out through the fingertips and heel. Last time, inhale in. Exhale out. Good. Coming back to that neutral tabletop position. We're gonna root our hands down into the ground. Again, hugging the forearms together, lighting the arms on fire. Inhale, hug the legs in towards one another and lift the knees up an inch off the ground, hovering table here. This is a great pose to warm up our core. Take another inhale in, exhale out. One last time, inhale in. Exhale, drop the knees softly down and wag the hips from side to side. Good. Moving towards our down dog, focusing on the shoulder blades. So inhale, lift the shoulder blades towards the ears. It feels a little funny. And then exhale, allow the shoulder blades to kiss one another on the back. You feel the shoulders on the back. Keeping this feeling, press up into your downward facing dog. Take a nice deep inhale in, exhale out. Just gonna tuck my shirt in. Inhale in, exhale out. Everybody bend the knees, press the hips back like you're sitting in a little chair on the back of your mat. Take the shoulder blades to kiss one another and slowly extend the legs nice and long. Nice. Take a nice deep inhale in. Exhale out, softening the heels towards the ground. Energetically hugging the legs towards one another. Inhale, come to the top of a plank. Again, keeping the shoulders on the back. Exhale, drop the knees. And this is where we really want to practice the shoulders on the back. Really pressing the shoulders onto the back here. Bend the elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, shoulders back. Energetically hugging the legs in towards one another. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look at the top of your mat, step or jump. Inhale the arms up high to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. We'll do this a few times, linking breath and movement, still warming up. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. One last time. Inhale the arms up high to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. And staying down, bend the knees and the hips. Look down at your feet. Make sure that your feet are in a nice parallel position. Knees right over the big toes. Energetically hug the legs in towards one another like you're squeezing a ball in between the inner thighs. Keeping this action, exhale the arms, bicep over the ears for chair pose. Take a nice deep inhale in as you bring the belly button to the back of the spine, rib cage to the back of the spine. Sit a little bit deeper, shooting energy out through the fingertips, out through the sit bones. Feel the strength of your legs hugging in as you find a nice long spine. Take another inhale in and exhale, come to straighten. Exhale the arms down by your side. A nice shoulder roll. Arms facing up for Tadasana, mountain pose. Take a breath. Notice how you're feeling and where you're feeling. Inhale the arms high to the sky and grab onto your left wrist with your right hand and lean over to the right for crescent. Root down into your left foot as you find a nice stretch on the left side here. Take another deep inhale in. Exhale, come to center. Switch your grip, root down into your right foot and lean over to the left. This time, maybe allowing the head to move back and then allow the biceps to meet over the ear. Another deep inhale in, spiraling the rib cage towards the ceiling. Inhale, come to center. Inhale the arms down by your side. And again, look down at your feet. We're going to come into that other chair pose. Make sure they're in a nice parallel position. Root the inner edges of your feet down into the ground. Bend your hips and knees. Bring your arms up right next beside you. And then allow the shoulder bone to move back. Yes, so instead of being here, we're going to be here. Again, the shoulder blades on the back. And then exhale, bicep over the ear. Notice if that changes anything in the shoulder blades. If you find any newfound space in the armpits, sit a little bit deeper. Take another deep inhale in. Exhale out. Feeling the strength of your legs. Hopefully after a nice and relaxing week of Thanksgiving. Inhale in. Exhale out. Inhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Root your hands down into your mat. Press back into a downward facing dog. Maybe pedal out the feet here. Taking a moment. Again, bending both knees, pressing the hips back. Notice how you might find a little bit of newfound space in the spine. From that newfound space, again, kiss the scapulas together. Keeping that action, allow the legs to straighten. Inhale, come to the top of a plank, keeping the shoulder blades together. Exhale, bend the knees, bend the elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, squeezing the legs towards one another, flicking the toenails down into the ground. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up high to the sky. Exhale, catch your lunge. From here, energetically hug the legs in towards one another, as if you want to like squinch up your mat in the center. So we're engaging the hamstrings here. Lift the back thigh up, and then exhale the arms, bicep over the ears. Crescent lunge. Take a nice deep inhale in. As you lift that back thigh up and bend a little deeper in the front knee. Nice, squaring off the hips by bringing the right hip back towards the wall. And shoot energy out the fingertips, out the crown of the head. Feel the strength of your breath percolate through the whole body. Take another deep inhale in. And exhale, come back down to downward facing dog. Inhale, come to the top of the plank, keeping the shoulder blades on the back. Exhale, drop the knees, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, squeezing the inner thighs together. Exhale, downward facing dog. Notice if you feel any difference between either side of the legs. Inhale the left leg up high to the sky. Exhale, catch your lunge. Energetically hugging the legs in towards one another. Lift the back thigh up. And exhale the bicep over the ears. Breathe. Feeling the back space of your rib cage expand open. Inhale, lift that back thigh up a little bit more and bend a little deeper in the front knee. Keeping the shoulder blades nice and tight on the back. Take another inhale in. And exhale, press back into a downward facing dog. Inhale, come to the top of a plank. Keeping the shoulder blades on the back, lift the butt up a little bit. Exhale, bend the knees, shoulder blades on the back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up high to the sky. Exhale, catch your lunge. Rotate the back foot down. Energetically hug the legs in and exhale the arms parallel to the mat for warrior two. Make sure that your front knee is really over the big toe, almost even out towards the third or fourth toe. Keeping that look over your front fingertips. And inhale, gather energy up the limbs to the core of the pelvis, keeping that root back down into the floor and extend out through your fingertips, out the crown of the head, warrior two. Take another inhale in, exhale out. Inhale, flip the palm and extend out over for extended side warrior. Getting a nice side stretch on the right side. Take another inhale in. Exhale out. And inhale, come back through to your warrior two. Bring your arms, interlace your fingertips right behind your back, right behind your sacrum. And then think about ripping your fingertips apart, creating some tension, and then slowly extend the shoulders back. Yeah, so we're getting a shoulder stretch here. Energetically hug the legs in and exhale, fold forward for humble warrior. Getting a nice stretch here in the shoulders as we feel the strength of our legs coming in towards the core. Another inhale in, exhale out, inhale in, and exhale from your legs. Slowly press up back into your warrior two. Straighten the front leg, bring the foot over. Bring your hands onto your hips. Energetically hug the legs in, so we're engaging our hamstrings here. And hinge at the hips, lead with the heart for extended side ankle stretch. Even here, can we allow the shoulder blades to remain on the back instead of dropping down? So really think about lifting the shoulder blades up, back, and together. Take a nice deep inhale in. Exhale out. Inhale in. Exhale out. And inhale, bend the knees and slowly roll up, vertebra by vertebra. Rotate the left foot out. Inhale the arms up parallel to the mat and bend forward for warrior two on the other side. Inhale. Energetically hug the legs in towards one another and exhale, shoot energy out the fingertips. You can even think about someone pulling the back fingertips towards your back wall and bend a little bit deeper in the front knee, making sure that knee is over the third or fourth toe. Breathe here. Take another inhale in. And exhale, flip the palm and reach back for extended warrior. Making sure that your hand isn't resting on the kneecap, so it's either above the thigh or right below. Whatever feels better to you. Take another deep inhale in. Exhale out. And inhale, come through your warrior two. Interlace your fingertips in the back. Again, trying to rip the fingertips apart, creating that tension, keeping that. Extend the elbows nice and long. Lift the shoulder blades up, back, and together. Take a nice deep inhale in as you keep that, and bend forward for humble warrior. Again, lifting the back thigh back, and bending a little bit deeper in the front knee. Nice deep inhale in, exhale out, inhale in, and from your legs, press up back into warrior two. Take a nice deep inhale in as you exhale, straighten the front leg, bring it back over to this side. Rotate both the legs out, so you're almost in a second position. Exhale, bend the hips, bend the knees. Inhale the arms up for gold post arms. goddess pose. Take a nice deep inhale in as you hug the legs in, and then lift the shoulder blades up, back, and together, opening up the heart and chest area. This is such a strong and vulnerable pose. A beautiful paradox we should practice it. Take another deep inhale in. Exhale out. Inhale in. And exhale. Straighten the legs and windmill back to the top of your mat. Press back into a downward facing dog. Take a moment to catch your breath. Really notice the difference between either side of the legs. If you found any new fine space, you feel your breath a little bit more expansive. Inhale the right leg up high to the sky. Exhale, come to your pigeon pose. So right ankle going towards the left wrist, and then drop that knee down. Come on top of your fingertips and really flex through both feet. Energetically hug the legs in. You're really gonna feel the pelvis lift up. So what we don't want is to sort of like splay out here. It's gonna be really hard for people who have sciatica and not very sustainable for the rest of us. So flex like crazy through the feet, hug the legs in, bring the belly button to the back of the spine, rib cage to the back of the spine, and soften in between the shoulder blades, look forward. If this is too much, you can absolutely come down. And just make a figure four with your feet here, coming on top of your fingertips. So many options. Take a nice deep inhale in here, exhale out. And if this feels great to you, you can absolutely bend the back knee and reach back with your left hand for a thigh stretch. King pigeon. That helps. You can even grab your block. Really give yourself a good micro bend in the elbow. Keep your foot into hand, hand into foot. For people who are not grabbing that thigh stretch, do not worry. We have another one coming up. Take a nice deep inhale in. Exhale out. Last deep breath. Inhale in. And exhale, slowly unwind. Bring the fingertips down to the ground, interlace your hands together, pinky side nice and long. Press your pinkies down into the ground, energetically hug the forearms together. Lift the back knee up and slide that back leg to me in a plank pose. Again, this is a great place to check those shoulder blades. Make sure that we're not rounding in the shoulder blades, but we're really lifting them up, back, and together, keeping the shoulders on the back. Look forward, look out. Take a nice deep inhale in as you slightly lift the back thighs up. Take another inhale in, exhale out. Drop the knees and press back into a child's pose. Maybe taking a nice sigh. Dropping the forehead, really pressing the palms down into the floor as you press the hips back even more. Take another inhale in. Exhale out. Inhale, come to your tabletop position. Press back into a downward facing dog. Inhale, come to the top of the plank, keeping the shoulders on the back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Notice the difference between each side of the hips. Inhale the left leg up high to the sky. Exhale, fine pigeon on the other side. So that left ankle is going right behind the right wrist. Flex through both feet. And again, without dropping the hips, energetically hug the legs towards one another as much as you can. Come on top of the fingertips, bring the belly button to the back of the spine, rib cage to the back of the spine, and then soften in between the shoulder blades. Look forward. Take a nice deep inhale in as you keep on hugging the left hip back towards your wall, so squaring off the hips here. If you like, you can stay here, maybe grab your block, or bend that back foot and reach back for that thigh stretch, king pigeon. If you are here, press your hand into the foot, foot into hand. Keep on hugging the legs in. Hug, hug, hug. Look out. Take a nice deep inhale in. Exhale out. Inhale in. Exhale out. Finding a nice long spine. Slowly unwind. Bring your forearms back down towards the ground. Interlace your fingertips. Maybe you find the other interlaced than last time. Fingertips nice and long. Press the fingertips down into the floor. Energetically hug the forearms together, making sure the shoulder blades are nice on the back and not rounding. Lift the back knee up and slide that back leg to meet in a plank pose. This time, really think about energetically hugging the thighs together, lifting the back thighs up, looking forward. Feeling the strength of your breath, the strength of your body, supporting you, giving you a strong foundation. Taking another deep inhale in. Exhale out. Inhale, drop the knees down. Again, press back into that child's pose. This time, really pressing the palms down into the mat as you press the hips back. Belly button to the back of the spine, rib cage to the back of the spine. Illuminating the back body with your breath. Take another inhale in. Exhale out. Inhale in, dropping down. Exhale, come back up to a downward facing dog. Inhale, look at the top of your mat, step or jump. Inhale the arms up high to the sky. Exhale the arms right down beside you. We're going to be moving into a standing pose or a standing balance here. So eagle pose. Look down at your feet. Make sure that your feet are at a hip distance apart. Toes facing front. Bring your hands on top of your hips for right now. And we're going to start with our legs. So lift the right knee. Make sure that you're bringing all your weight over to the left foot. And then just cross your right knee over the left. You can absolutely stay here, making sure that you have a little kickstand with your right toes. If that doesn't feel possible, you can take your block and just give yourself a little bit of support here. And we're sitting down, right? So I'm really sitting almost like that chair pose. If you feel like this is okay, you can absolutely wrap that foot all the way over. Energetically hug the legs in, really press the legs in towards one another. Make sure that that standing knee is right over the big toe. Okay, staying here. Inhale the arms up to goalpost arms. This is option 1. Option 2, hug yourself, making sure the right elbow's over the left, or crossing the right hand over the left, interlace and sit down deeper, eagle pose. Oops. Take a nice deep inhale in as you really hug the forearms together, hug the legs together, and lift the elbows up. Shoulders on top of the back, belly button to the back of the spine. Take another deep inhale in. Exhale out. Sit a little bit deeper. Inhale in. And exhale, unwind the arms. Lift the right knee up. Feeling the balance just here. Slowly thread that foot back, passing through warrior 3, and slowly dropping down into crescent lunge. Lift the back thigh up, bend deeper in the front knee. Whew. Take a nice deep inhale in, lifting the shoulders up, arching the back a little bit. And exhale, reach back down and press back into your downward facing dog. Notice the difference between each side. Inhale, come to the top of the plank, shoulders on the back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look at the top of your mat, step or jump. Inhale the arms up high to the sky. Exhale, bring them down. Again, other side here, you know where we're going. So shift the weight over to the right foot this time so that there's not a lot of weight on the left. Bring the left knee right over the right. And again, you can use this as a little kickstand or totally wrap the foot. Just sit nice and deep wherever you are and hug the legs in towards one another. Good. Again, few options for the arms. Lift the elbows up, or bring one elbow on top of the other, or bring the left on top of the right. Sit deeper and lift the elbows up. Take a nice deep inhale in. Exhale out, lifting the elbows up a little bit higher. Inhale in. Exhale out, squeezing the forearms together. Inhale, undo the bind. Lift the knee up. Catch your breath and slowly thread the foot back, passing through warrior 3. And slowly bringing that foot down into crescent lunge. Lift the back thigh up, bend the front knee forward. Lift the heart and chest up for a little bit of an arch here. Take a nice deep inhale in. And exhale, bring your palms down to the floor. Find your downward facing dog. Take a nice few deep inhales and exhales here. Inhale in. Exhale out. Inhale, come to the top of the plank, keeping the shoulders on the back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Find your breath, find your breathing. Notice the different sides of the legs, energetically hugging the legs towards one another. Exhale, drop the knees down. Exhale, bend the elbows, drop the belly down. Make a nice pillow with your arms here. Maybe wiggle the hips from side to side. Now I told you we'd find that other thigh stretch. So bend the right knee and then reach back with your right hand to grab the foot, energetically hugging the legs in towards one another, kicking foot into hand, hand into foot. Belly button to the back of the spine. Taking a few deep inhales in here, exhales out. Inhale in, and exhale, slowly undo. And switch the hands over, bend the left knee. Grab the foot with the left hand, energetically hugging the legs in towards one another. Press the foot into hand, hand into foot, and micro bend that back elbow if that feels good. Really getting into the thighs here. Such an important stretch these days as we find ourselves in really precarious sitting positions all day long. Unwind. Make a nice pillow with your hands and rock your hips from side to side. We're going to do one last pose here, moving into bow pose. So allow your head to rest down, bend both feet here, grab with your hands. And if this is
inaccessible, you can absolutely do this with your legs straightened, or even grab a belt or a scarf and interlace around your feet to grab. So from here, hug the inner thighs towards one another. Lift the shoulder blades up, back, and together. Press the foot into hand, hand into foot, and lift the knees and chest up for bow pose. Nice. And then instead of thinking about pressing back, think about lifting the toes up towards the ceiling. It's going to lift the chest up a little bit more. Maybe rock from front to back. Take another deep inhale in, and exhale, slowly unwind, making that pillow with your head, rocking your hips from side to side. Take another deep breath in, deep breath out. And on your own timing, you can just flip onto your back here. You can bend both knees, hug the knees towards the chest, rocking from side to side here. And dropping the knees down, you can allow the knees to fall over to the right side, bring the arms out for a nice soft supine twist here. Just resetting the pelvis a bit, slowing down the breath. If it feels good to close your eyes, you can, softening the body down into the floor. Take another inhale in. And exhale, sigh it out. Inhale the knees back to center. And allow the knees to slowly fall over to the left side. Again, allowing gravity to do the work. So just softening in the chest and the belly. Let go, let go. Take another deep inhale in. Exhale out. Drinking the breath in and whispering the breath out. Allow the knees to come back to center. One last hug of the knees into the chest. You can also come into happy baby if that feels good, sort of rocking from side to side. And allowing the legs to come down nice and long onto your mat, allowing the hands to fall onto your belly or out to your sides, palm facing down or palm facing up, yogi's choice. And again, just as we started class, take the inventory in. Notice how you're feeling and where you're feeling it. Slowing down the breath a little bit more, softening into the floor a little bit more. Enjoying the silence that you might feel and hear in the room. And tapping into the deep rise and fall of your breath. This subtle movement that is happening all the time in your body. Unclenching the jaw, unwinding the hips. And again, taking one of the deepest breaths you've had all day. And exhale, sigh it out. One last time, just like that. Inhale in. Exhale, sigh it out. Wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingertips. Allow yourself to roll over to one side. Allowing the weight to continually pour down through the head, down through the hips, into the ground. And pressing your hand down into the floor, you can keep your eyes closed as you come back into a nice, comfortable seated position, allowing your hands to fall onto your knees or onto your lap, one on top of the other. Noticing if you're sitting a little bit taller. Noticing if your breath feels a little bit more open. Our breath is the most intimate relationship that we have with ourselves. So connecting with it is so vital, so important to feel grounded. Take another nice deep inhale in. Bring your hands into heart center. Press your palms together. Bow your head down. Exhale nice and long. We'll take another deep inhale in. Exhale out. Thank you so much for joining with me on this Saturday. Namaste. Thank you so much, everybody. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach me through Chris. Have a great week. Thank you.